Hello, I'm back with the same pillow. Today I wanted to show some of my other special DVD, Blu-ray things that I have. I think the first one I would show is the most special. This is perfect blue, and it's kind of a large box set. This is the slip that came with it. It's a UK edition, and it's a 4K as well. It has a lot of special bonus features. It sold out on HMV really fast, but I was able to get it on eBay for a good price, so I'm really happy. This is what the Blu-ray itself looks like. The disc designs are really pretty. There's a lot of gorgeous art included. I think there's a tetrafish. So cool. It also includes this very large poster. That's kind of difficult to show because it's so big. And these cards that feature the art. This is the design that's on the poster. There is also this little booklet. There's a lot of art in this. It's so cool. The back image is like an alternate of the front. It's kind of difficult to put everything back in the case because it's so much stuff. And this is like a stiff hardback case. It's quite dense. I love this movie. I recommend it to my friends all the time if they haven't seen it, as like a sort of intro thriller if they're a bit scared to get into horror. It's like, it's such an incredible film about the experience of being famous and the like entitlement that people have towards women's bodies as well. And I think Satoshi Kon is such a visionary. It's such an important film. Yeah. And so I'm really, really happy that I got to own this very special edition with it, with all of the beautiful art that it comes with and everything. I love it. I have here some other 4K films, which are maybe less special technically, but they're special to me because I did not start collecting 4Ks until very recently. It sounds strange, but I spent a lot of time without a TV at home, and then I got a job where I could afford to buy a 4K TV and player. So it was really exciting to me. So I have Possession on 4K. This was, I think, the first 4K film I bought. This did have like a really special edition that came out when it was released on Second Sight. But again, it was sold out and I never got to get my hands on it, but I got the regular 4K edition. And it still has some special features, which is very cool. Yeah. Lots of very cool things. Oh my gosh. Even Guillermo del Toro speaking on Possession. That's very, very cool. Archive documentary. Lots of cool stuff. This is such an interesting film. It's a horror, and it's like psychosexual, but it's also political. And very much of its place and time. They're trying to remake it now, and I don't think they can. Even though they cast Margaret Qualley, who does look a bit like Isabelle Adjani, I don't think it's possible to remake Possession. It is so specific, in my opinion, to Berlin and that kind of era of the 80s and everything that was happening at the time. I think that informs it so much, it's kind of impossible to make it again divorced from that, but they're gonna try. I also have this copy of Crash. It's an Arrow Video edition. I thought about getting the Criterion, but I liked the special features of this one a little bit more. Even though this does not come with any physical essays that the criterion might come with. I like the special features of this. And also, I would be able to play this a little easier because it's 4K and not like a US Blu-ray. I also have The Wicker Man. This is probably one of the first films I saw sold in like 4K where I was like, I want to get that one. I saw this edition, this Vintage Classics anniversary edition of this gorgeous, gorgeous art in person. And I didn't have the money at the time, nor did I have a 4K player. It was sometime last year. And I finally got it this year, this very, very gorgeous version. It's so, so pretty. I love the design, I love the artwork. It even has a tiny, tiny wicker man on the spine. Curiously, it comes with 4 discs that are like the same. So there's the feature, final cut, and special features, and feature, final cut, special features. This one's 4K and this one's Blu-ray. And then this is feature, director's cut, and theatrical cut, and special features. And this is also director's cut and theatrical cut and special features. And it's 4K and Blu-ray. I don't know why. I've tried to look it up and find out why 4K movies tend to come with regular Blu-rays. Not every time. Like, this Crash did not. I love this disc. How cool is that? But sometimes, and I don't know why it is that way. I've tried to look it up and I cannot find I can't find a reason why it is that way. It doesn't make any sense to me. Especially to have the identical content on all of the discs. But that's okay. So this is The Elephant Man by David Lynch in the Vintage Classics edition. This one, only 3 discs. And it's a 4K of the feature, a Blu-ray of the feature, and a Blu-ray of the bonuses. I bought this because I wanted this film on 4K, and the Criterion was out of print at the time, and then like a month ago, something like a month ago, they announced that they were bringing it back and reprinting it in 4K, and I thought that's really funny, because I already got it. Anyways, I love this film. I watched it not that long ago, maybe a couple months ago, and I was blown away by it. It kind of has everything you want out of a Lynch film. There's some like surrealism, there's some crazy sound design, and there's like the spiritual stuff with the ending, the like transcendental stuff that he really believed in, and also like it's an incredibly empathetic film. I think it's quite underrated as Lynch films go because it's not so crazy and out there like maybe Eraserhead, and it's in black and white, and maybe it's a little more grounded. I just had to pause for a second because my cat came in. She wanted to see me. It's a little more grounded because it's a biopic. It's also, set in the past, in the sort of Victorian era. But I think it is so special, and it kind of encapsulates a lot of what is important and special about Lynch's work, that he is not cynical, but that he is always incredibly empathetic and very good at implicating the viewer and making you think about why you are reacting a certain way, and letting you feel things. And I think people don't really value the empathy and earnestness of his work as much as they should. I think that's kind of the defining feature of it, in my opinion. Next we have some BFI stuff. So, this is The Devils. This is a movie that Warner Brothers essentially tried to bury. They were very unkind to this movie. And they censored it and haven't really reproduced it very much. So this is the only DVD edition that exists, is the BFI edition. It's a 2-disc set. It comes with a booklet and quite a lot of features. It includes documentaries about the production and things like that. And there's this, and I believe recently in Japan there was a Blu-ray made, maybe last year. But Warner is finally allowing the original uncut to be screened in theaters later this year. They screened it at Cannes, and it's going to theaters this year fully uncut, which is really exciting. And there's also rumors of a Criterion release, which is so cool. I'm so excited for that. A 4K uncut. Yeah. Here is the other BFI release I have. I actually bought this before I watched it, which is something I don't really do. Because I was so sure it would be up my alley. Yeah. And I was right. It is a very difficult film to watch, but it is very powerful and special. It's such a powerful film about a woman surviving abuse and trying to make something of her life. And it is so incredibly gorgeous, and I think it's such an achievement, this film. I also love that it's all pink. It comes with a little booklet. It's difficult, but it's also a stunning drama. Both of these are from the BFI, the British Film Institute, which I love very much. These days I try to visit whenever I can for different screenings. So this year I saw at their IMAX, I saw Mulholland Drive, and I saw The Bride. And then at the South Bank Theatre, I saw Kronos with an introduction from Guillermo del Toro. And I recently saw Boogie Nights there as well. And I visited their shop. They also have a library and many other very cool resources. I think they also have a streaming service, and they have lots of events, they have talks, so many cool things all the time. They are very dedicated to the preservation of film, film production, film distribution, as you can see, as well as film exhibition and film education. And I think they're such a wonderful and brilliant institution that I'm just so glad we have in this country, in this world. Especially because sometimes it feels like the industry is over. But at least we have the BFI. Speaking of Del Toro, I have this collection of his trilogy, Pan's Labyrinth, Devil's Backbone, and Kronos. It's quite old and weathered. I got it secondhand. eBay is my best friend. This seems to be a UK exclusive edition. It comes with a little booklet about Del Toro and his career. It has some images of making his films. Mostly from Pan's Labyrinth. guess they were less able to document the other two, considering the kind of desperate conditions they were made with. I love Del Toro's point of view. He's one of my favorite directors, and I really hope he gets to create forever. Yeah. This was a recent purchase, kind of. I pre-ordered it. It is a steel book of One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't really buy steel books. As you can tell, this is my only one. But it's special because it has the features that it has. Also, I love that they put this parallel on the case. There's a 4K disc, as well as a Blu-ray. I assume this is like extras. Yeah, the special features. The image in the inside of the case. This was the kind of slip covering it. I just folded it and put it inside. This is the booklet that it comes with. With lots of images from behind the scenes. Of making the film. So incredible. I want to buy more new films. I don't buy new films very often, so I'm trying to do that more. Another special edition. This is so gorgeous. Curzon Artificial Eye, The Handmaiden, Park Chan-wook. This is really interesting. It contains two Blu-ray cases. One with the theatrical cut and one with the extended cut. The disc is a really striking design. I love this film. It is so special and important, I think, such an incredible piece of art in lesbian cinema, in Korean cinema. I think it was very, very interesting and genius to take the plot of Fingersmith and change the cultural and historical context of it to make it about Korea during the Japanese occupation. It's very interesting. Next, I have some movie editions. First one is just a Blu-ray. It's The Substance. I anticipated this film for a long time before it came out as a fan of Coralie Farja and as someone who was really excited about the premise. And I was not disappointed whatsoever. I saw it as soon as possible in the theater and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest film ever. And I told my friend about it and she agreed. This is a gorgeous Blu-ray of it. The film was distributed by Mubi, who I feel like is getting better at distributing their films. There's the double egg inside there. And Substance. And then there's these cards of different stills from the film. I don't think I pre-ordered it, but I remember thinking I wanted to get a copy of it in Blu-ray rather than DVD. I wasn't quite convinced on Blu-ray yet at the time, but I knew it would be higher quality. I wanted to get it on Blu-ray as soon as possible. Though I do certainly have some FOMO about the lovely special editions that I've seen in other countries. The next one I have is Die My Love, which is a 4K edition. It's a film I anticipated a lot because it looked really interesting. And of course, the story of a woman struggling with her mental health. Postpartum is really interesting to me, and the photography is just so gorgeous. I didn't get to see it in theaters. I had to wait, because I missed it. It was unfortunate timing and it wasn't there for long. Which I think was a failure on the part of the distributor. But, I did get to see it eventually when it went to digital. And I now own it. Fantastic film. right up my alley. The last one I have to show you today is this movie 4K of Priscilla. I really love Sofia Coppola's works, and this is maybe my favorite of them. It's kind of tragic and horrifying in a really quiet way. This edition is like a special limited HMV version, I think. Also, I find Kaylee Spaney's performance to be really fantastic. It also comes with a poster. And Jacob Elordi is pretty good in it too. I think it was an indicator that Del Toro's Frankenstein was probably going to be pretty good. It has the cards as well. I feel like these are larger. You can see the gorgeous costuming, makeup, and production design. That Sofia Coppola always has, but I think it really shows when she does a period film like this. I think she will probably always be tackling the theme of like a girl in a gilded cage. But I can never get enough. I think she's so good at what she does. And it's fantastic. And I think this film is like a shining example of it. And I think also it's unfortunate that she can't get the funding to do what she wants to do. Like the 70s scenes were kind of cut short and underbaked because she didn't get enough money to make that part of the movie, which is kind of absurd. And she was going to do that series for Apple for Custom of the Country, Edith Wharton, but she didn't get to because Apple pulled the funding because they found Undine, the main character, to be too unlikable. It's kind of ridiculous that we have so many auteurs struggling for funding these days. And some of them are even taking money from weird places. But, I hope things get better in the film industry, honestly. Anyways, those are some of my other special editions that are not Criterion. And, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble. Goodbye.